Jorge bought a crate of floor tiles for $95.94. So, our crate of floor tiles, $94.94. The crate, which is how much? $94.94, had 6 boxes of floor tiles in it. So, each box, which there are 6 of them, contained 20 floor tiles. Now that we've read our problem, we need to see what they want us to do. Write and solve an equation to determine the cost per box, B. Then write and solve a second equation to determine the cost per tile, T, to the nearest cent, which means that we need to round. So, now that we have read our problem, we need to draw our diagram. So, for this problem, we will use a tape diagram. So right now we are drawing our crate as a one large tape, and in each crate there are 6 boxes. In our crate there are 6 boxes, so we need to divide our crate into 6 pieces. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And so in each one of the boxes there are 20 floor tiles. So we need to make sure we account for each box that has 20. Overall, it tells us that our crate is $95.94, so we need to label that too. Now that we have drawn our problem, we can go ahead and write our first equation. So, it tells us that we need to solve our first equation for B, which is cost per box. So we need to use B equals, because that's the variable that they gave us up here, and we're trying to find cost per box. So if it tells us that our cost for the crate is $95.94, for one box, which there are 6 of them, we're going to have to divide. So let's take our cost, $95.94, and divide by 6. So let's go over to the side and divide. So put the first number in the house and draw our house and put the 6 on the doorstep. So does 6 go into 9? Yes. 9 divided by 6 is 1. So 1 times 6, 6. Subtract. What is 6? 9 minus 6 is 3. So bring down our numbers and bring up our decimal point and leave a space because there are 1, 2 decimal. So we have 5, 9, 4. Now, does 6 go into 3? No. But does 6 go into 35? Yes. 6 times 5 is 30, so we're going to do 6 times 5 multiply 30, subtract 5 minus 0 is 5, 3 minus 3 is 0, and bring down our other numbers, 9, 4. So now we have to see, does 6 go into 5? No. Does 6 go into 59? Yes. 6 times 6 is 36, 6 times 10 is 60, which is 1 too much, so we must go 1 less than that. So 6 times 9. 6 times 9 is 54. So we need to subtract. 9 minus 4 is 5. Bring down our 4. Does 6 go into 54? Yep. So 6 times 9 is 54. Subtract 0, 0, and that's how we know we have our answer because there's no remainder there. So what did we just find? We just found out the cost per one box. So $15.99 is the cost per one box. So we can write B equals $15.99. Now we need to write our next equation because it wants us to write and solve a second equation to determine the cost per tile. So we have to use the variable that they gave us, which was T. And just like we did up here, we have one box, which was one crate, which had 6 boxes in it. We have one box that has 20 tiles in it. So if we are solving for 1, just like we did up here, and we know that the overall cost is $15.99, that means we're going to have to divide again by the price and the number of boxes. So the price that we found was $15.99 per box. So $15.99 divided by, how many boxes are in here? 20. It told us that in the problem. So 20. And now we're going to have to go over and draw our house again. So inside the house is the first number, which is $15.99. Draw our house. Outside of the house is 20, waiting at the doorstep right here. So now, does 20 go into 1? No. Does 20 go into 15? No. So we draw our zeros and we bring our decimal place up. Does 20 go into 159? Yup. So 20 times 10 is 200. 20 times 5 is 100. So we have to go right in between that. 20 times 8 is 160, which is 1 too much. So we have to go to 20 times 7. 7 times 20 is 140. Subtract. We have 9 minus 0, which is 9. 5 minus 4, which is 1. And 1 minus 1, which is 0. Bring down our other number, which is 9. And like we said before, 20 times 10 is 200, so that's 1 too many, so we need 9. So 20 times 9, 180. And so what is 199 minus 180? 9, 1, 0. And since it told us up here, nearest cent, we need to round. So let's round and add a 0. Does 20 go into 190? Yes. 20 times 10 is 200. That's 10 too much. So we need 20 times 9 again. So 9 times 20, 180. And that leaves us with 10. But we can use this 9. And since 9 is more than 5, we know that we have to go up. So the answer is going to be T equals 0.80 because we have to round up. So 9 goes to 0, 9 goes to 10, and that brings 7 plus 1 to 80, so 80 cents per tile.